10, 9, 8, 7, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ten, nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
And we are live. Good evening, Kim. How are you?
I am well, Juanita. How are you?
I'm doing so well, thank you. I had a beautiful day, and as we were coming into the session, I went live and I kept on clicking on the video, and it threw me out of the studio and it brought me back. So I thought, my goodness, this is a divine appointment because we know it's going to be good, it's going to be amazing. So welcome. A very warm welcome to you here at the Meticulous Moments podcast, where we facilitate community upliftment through leadership development. And I'm just so blessed to have you here. I would love for you to, just say to the audience, just explain who you are. I know you. I had the pleasure of meeting you online, and then I was able to meet you in person in New Jersey in January 2023, and we talked after that as well many times. So, for those who are not acquainted with you yet, would you just introduce yourself, please?
My name is Kim Finley. I am a part of AMA. Actually, I am their lead volunteer there. I am in a couple anthologies. I enjoy, crafting. That's who I am. I'm married with, I'm going to say, 5 daughters. And I'm just thankful and grateful to be here.
It's such a wonderful blessing to have you, Kim. I met you online, and I realized that you were, of course, you're with me on the AMA team. I'm the communications director, and you're the lead, working with everything, the lead volunteer. You really are the glue that keeps everything together. And I met you in Jersey, and I thought, wait a minute, but there's a lot of talents that Kim has. And I thought, okay, now let's see now, and I started to get to know you over those 3 days, and I thought to myself, my goodness, what a vibrant, colorful person. And the other day we had another virtual coffee, and I asked you, what do you do? And you started just explaining that you write poems. You're a poet, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you are busy with so many different things. Plus, you're a veteran amongst all of those things, and I just want to ask you, just list for us everything that you are busy with, because my goodness, the list just kept growing. And I believe at the end of our coffee hours, my jaw was dropping, and I was like, Kim, why are you hiding this from the world? And I want to say this session is going to be what follows now when Kim starts this week is going to be the great reveal. I mean, you guys have no idea what Kim is capable of. Please
Oh my
proceed.
goodness, stop. Um, so, yes, I am a veteran. I'm a retired Army, a poet. Um, I enjoy writing poetry, and it's just waiting for my poetry book to be published. I have been in a couple anthologies, like I said. I am a certified life coach. certified home interior decorator. I volunteer with the Veterans Administration. Oh my gosh, let's see, where am I forgetting? I just do so many things. I don't know. Oh, singer and songwriter. So I'm not really like this beautiful singer. However, I have done two CDs with women veterans,
Yeah.
and we actually had a chance to write the songs. And then we went into a recording studio, and I actually did two, one with the High Hill Warriors, and the other with I can't remember the name of the group. And I'm in the process of doing one now with some more veterans, uh, which will be in April. I try to just keep doing things to keep myself occupied. I enjoy doing these things, and it just makes me better.
You have a giving heart, you have a giving spirit. I saw you at the boot camp, and you are so dedicated and tenacious in a good manner that you just kept working, working and working and working. And I had to at one point say, "Come, Kimmy, put everything down now. We're going to go rest. So you're really, when you start working, you work like a machine. I also reminisce when I think about when we took those photos together and we posted that on your Facebook. That was such a special day.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And that was the first time I really posted a photo.
Well, I'm honored. Thank
Yes,
God. That's
yes, yes,
wonderful.
yes.
I'm happy. That makes it even more special, my sister. I wanted to ask you, Kim, you sang these songs, you're a believer, you love God,
Yes,
you
I
work
do.
with people. What is it that excites you when you work with people? What is the part that you love? Why do you do all the things you do? Why do you reach out to so many people? What is that passion that stirs in your heart?
I think it's just giving, right? It's
Yeah.
giving of your time. It's just giving of whatever I have been giving. I just feel like I am just so blessed all the time. And I feel like I'm blessed to be a blessing to someone else. It doesn't matter who it is.
Mhm.
If there is a kind word, a hug, anything. And I just feel like we're given to be
Yeah.
giving.
Yeah.
And so that's what keeps me going.
I love that. I love that. And you mentioned that you are in a couple of anthologies. Please
Yes.
list them for us and tell us what they were and what you wrote about.
That's really sad because I can't remember the name of the first one, but
Yeah.
I wrote there were poems in that one. And the second one, what was the name of it? The second one is Learning to Fall. And I think the title is Afterwards. And that
Oh.
was an anthology with veterans, and I had two stories in there. One about my best friend and I, from way back when we met in 1985, which she's
Yeah.
still my best friend, and that was chosen to be published.
Wow.
Ann Tisdale, I know she's watching, um, and also a story from home to basic training, which was also chosen. So those are the
Yeah.
two anthologies.
That's beautiful. And you love writing. So you write chapters in anthologies and you also write poetry. Tell us a bit about when that love for writing of poetry started, because you read something to me. I mean, my goodness. I hope you have it at hand because I'm going to ask you to read it again.
I don't remember which one I read you,
I
but
made
no,
so many notes here.
I actually, I'm just going to say it's a gift because I
Yeah.
wake up and I
Yeah.
write. Right?
Mm.
Sometimes it's just there and it's just waiting to be put on paper. So it's not anything. So if someone said, oh, sit down and write me a poem, it doesn't work
Just
that
flows.
way. It's
Yeah.
just in the middle of the night.
And
I just feel like
mm.
it's just dropped in my spirit. I don't have a choice but to wake up and to write it.
Yeah, you're a
So
natural. Mm. And what kind of poetry do you like to write? Would you read us something that you wrote? Oh, I know what you read. You read the lyrics of the song. It was a poem and then it became a song, wasn't it?
So, yes, so they actually, so that was about my sister who passed
Ah,
in March. And there were two poems,
ah,
and a songwriter actually put it, the two poems together and came
oh,
up with the song. So we're just waiting for
beautiful.
music to be put
That's
to it.
beautiful.
Yes, and actually she is from the writing group Voices of Valor and
Oh,
Voices for All Seasons. So
oh,
that's the group that actually works with not just veterans, but I just happen to be a part of the veterans group to write songs and to record them because music just heals the soul, right?
mm,
So yes,
absolutely.
yeah. So a poem. So that one was about my sister, and that was not sure. Um,
While you're looking for the poem, I'll just say, you've been in two cities already.
yes.
So there's no way on earth that I'm going to believe that you are not a good singer.
No, I
Because
am
if
not.
you weren't a good singer, they wouldn't put you in the CD.
Well, when we're all together, we sound so, we really do it. I mean, and in the studio, they can do wonders. They do wonders in the
Yeah,
studio.
yeah,
They put the voices together. I mean, it's just so much fun. So even
yeah,
for the people who, don't feel like they could carry a tune to the next
yeah.
room, it's just so much fun. And the way they blend and put the music together
Mm,
and
mm.
just the time that you spend with others, it just feels good. So whether or not you can sing or not, they never stop you from being a part of the program. So that's a great thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I want to share that, when I record, sometimes it's days on end. It's fun and then it's exhilarating, but after that week or those 2 weeks, I'm so tired. I just take a week of rest because you have to pitch and work on the tone, and oh my goodness, it's an experience. So I look at these people out there that continuously do this for a living and
Mhm.
travel and perform, and I just think to myself, they are very, very hard workers. It's hard work to be on tour. I know Arthur Brown is on tour at the moment, so
Is
shout out to
he?
Arthur Brown.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
I
I
mean,
was
he rocks
blessed.
that stage.
He was amazing and such
Yeah,
a nice guy. Just such a
yeah,
nice guy.
genuine.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have a poem for us, Kimmy? Are you still looking?
I am still looking. Let's see.
They're all good.
Let's see. I don't know. See, we should have did this beforehand. Um, let's see. Rooted.
Okay, good.
This one is called Rooted.
Rooted.
Well rooted, not able to be dug up, aligned with the tree that holds the branches that bear leaves, the leaves that change colors with the season that sometimes leaves them bare, the bare that exposes nakedness, the nakedness that leaves you without dignity, the dignity that guides you to release and recover, the guidance that leads you to the surface that requires you to get dirty, the dirt that's visible under your nails, the nails that have provided you an escape, the escape that had you uprooted and now visible.
Wow. Kimmy, that sounds a poem. That sounds like a poem that I would say is about you. And I'll tell you why. Because you were always hiding behind the scenes. And when I had the virtual coffee with you, I believe I started in this manner. I said, well, Kimmy, I know you don't like to be in the spotlight.
Do not.
And then I paused and I said, I really feel it's time that we bring you and your story to the world. And instead of saying, No, 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 no. I don't want to do that. Or no, I'm someone that functions behind the scenes. I wrote it down because it was so profound. You looked at me and you said, I actually have felt that this is my season to do this. And I replied and I said, oh, I have goosebumps.
Yes, that's exactly what you said.
So tell me, what did it feel like that day, when we connected and you were able to say that confirmed? How are you feeling about this new season? What does it hold for you?
I just feel like this isn't a season to me for me to give more, right? That
Beautiful.
there is something that I have to give,
Yeah.
and it wasn't given to me to hold on to. It was
Mm,
given to me to give. And so I do think that, this is the season, accountability groups, anything, right? Like I enjoy just talking to
mm,
people about
mm.
real life issues. Um, I don't know. I just feel like this is the time to
Yeah,
give, not,
I
not
agree.
always receiving, but
Yeah.
giving. I feel like I receive so much that when you can give back, it is
Mm,
also it helps you, right? It makes
yeah.
you a better person.
Mm. And the way that you give, it struck me, it struck a chord with me because you really take the time to get to know people. That is something special. And that, I've noticed that about you because you take the time to get to know people. The relationships that you form are very meaningful.
Yes.
The way that you form networking, and I don't believe that you've ever seen yourself as a networker as such, but you are, Kim. You're good at that. You are the glue, like I've mentioned before. You network with people and you build that solid and strong foundation, and that those relationships of yours last because people realize that you truly do care deeply. And that is something special. And I believe that's something that's going to propel you into the future. It's something that puts you, sets you apart. And it's something that's unique. So in this season, what would you like to do? What are you going to, how are you going to come out into the world? I know you're busy with writing poems, you're going to record more, and you're on podcasts. And to all the podcast hosts out there, you need to reach out to Kimmy and get her on your podcast. So what does this season hold? What's the vision?
Um, I am going to do a couple more podcasts. You are my second one, but you were the first one that I agreed to. So I am going to do some podcasts. I think I just want to connect with people a little more, maybe get together
Mm,
and write together as opposed to, just trying to write on my
mm.
own or get more, I don't know, just I don't know. Just
Just
wanna
be
be
you and expand and grow.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy, just being able to help. That's me.
Tell us about that's so beautiful because that's who you are.
Mhm.
You help and you assist, but you are also, and I believe that you realize that now you are the main character in your story. And what is a story if the main character is not part of the script and you are really coming out to the world? This is your season to do this. I'm so excited for you. Tell us about your days in the army because we don't want to mess with you, girl. You come from the army, you're a veteran. Tell us about those days. Anything you would like to share that was significant or special?
I enjoyed my military time. I truly, truly did. I had 2 tours in Germany. I was in
Wow.
Missouri, Georgia. I mean, I truly, truly enjoyed my military time. I met some wonderful people. I still to this day meet veterans like Emilio. Um, just more people, I met my best friend in 1985 and we're still best friends to
Wow.
today. So, I learned a lot. And some of the lessons that I, learned, I actually, I treasure them. I left home at 18,
Wow.
and I didn't
Absolutely.
have any chores. I didn't know how to do anything. So the military was actually like my teacher, my life lessons I learned
Yes.
in the military. So I treasure all of them, even the ones that I didn't think were, I don't want to say
Yeah.
good ones, bad ones, but not so good. I treasure them because through them, and I said through them, I learned some lessons and hopefully,
Yeah.
have taught some to other,
Mm.
people, veterans or anything like that. And veterans are very dear to my heart. The
Yeah.
military will always be a part of my life. Um,
Yeah.
so,
How many years were you in the army?
so 20 years all total. I did 6 years active and 13 inactive, 13 and a couple months. So, but I
Yeah.
retired. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is amazing. It's not every day that we get to speak to veterans. It's not every day that we get to hear these stories. And your story is so important because you have, as you mentioned, and as you know, the specific gift in the world. And bringing that gift is really a responsibility. It means that you're taking accountability for what God has placed upon you. And I want to, go into, you mentioned a phenomenal story when we were talking. You mentioned something about your injury. I believe it was a knee. I might be wrong. And you spoke about your home and the miracle that transpired there. Would you like to share that with the audience, how it just
Um,
all worked out?
yes. So I have faith. And in my home, you know, when I moved into my home, I just knew that this was it. This was where, my family was going to be. And this was like the home for us. So it's okay. It's all right. So get you okay?
Almost died in my
Are you
life.
okay? Yeah, don't do
Please
that. Don't do
continue.
that. Um, so I knew, my injuries were, my knees and arthritis, just different things, that the body goes through. Not everybody, but it is my story. And I remember always thinking, I was always trying to find a contractor to put a bathroom on my first floor. I knew it was coming, but it was just never happened, Oh no, that's not possible. Oh no, that's not possible. But I always kept the faith, right? I knew it. I didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't know how. I just didn't. And years have gone by, over 20 years. And I know I was on my porch, and I never want to take for granted anything I have, nor put, it higher than, my praise or my worship, my God. And I said, if it's not meant for me to stay here, and if this is not the home that I'm supposed to be in for the rest of my life, so be it. I mean, I will leave and move somewhere else where there is, a restroom on the first floor where I don't have to try to get to the second floor. And it was just me on my porch by myself. And it wasn't a matter of months before I actually met a contractor who came in, and I don't even, I can't even explain it. The whole process was just unbelievable. But I knew my faith. I knew what I knew, and I knew that it was going to happen one day. And now I have a powder room on the first floor. I am, able to get to it. I'm just like, I just feel like, you just have to keep the faith, to just say, I know this is going to happen. And it's not in our timing. It's not in our timing. It's in God's timing. And He knows exactly what we want, what we need, and when we need it. So I just
He
keep,
does.
the faith, and my faith is, strong. But I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And that's my words every day. I'm grateful and thankful. And that life is unscripted. So we never know.
We
We
never
never
know.
know. So appreciate every second. It's so
Mm.
important.
When you look at the universe like that, And when you live in that frequency of being grateful, miracles happen every single day. Because I always teach people that which you give out to the universe, that is what the universe reciprocates. You know, if you are grateful and loving and just a giving spirit, there will be people that are beautiful towards you. They will be showering into your life, maybe experiences, maybe knowledge, maybe wisdom. And you said something. You said there was something that you really, really wanted. And I wanted to say, it came across my mind. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yes.
There's a reason. But do we have the faith to make that a reality? Do we have that? That's the
And
thing.
the timing, right? It's like how 20 years. It doesn't seem like 20 years when I first started talking about it,
Blink.
but the timing, and it's always right on time. So, for every closed door, for every person that said it couldn't be done, for
Yeah.
everyone who came in and did work and messed up and whatever it was, I'm thankful and grateful because coming through that actually got me to the point where I met the contractor that did a beautiful job, right?
Mm.
Just above and beyond because
Even better than you thought.
it wasn't even supposed to be a powder room. He was
But
just putting
that's
up
what your heart
cabinets.
wanted. You
Yes,
wanted a powder.
exactly. He was just putting up cabinets that I found at the Habitat
Yeah,
store,
yeah.
and it turned into a miracle. Like just the vision that I've always had. So I had the vision, and he brought the vision right here.
Mm.
Just amazing.
That's
Grateful and thankful.
beautiful. I love that. I love that. Sorry about my coughing bout. I was
No
taking a
worries.
sip of water and the water didn't go through it didn't go in where it was supposed to go in, and now I'm trying to put the live on mute, and the more I move the mouse, the more it doesn't want to go to the mute button.
Listen, that's what I always say. Life is unscripted.
Hmm.
That's
That's
what
it. That's
happens
it.
sometimes. And we just keep going, right?
That's it.
We
We
just keep
just keep
moving.
going.
You
We
made it
just
through
keep
it,
going.
and we're to this moment right now. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the thing, Kim. When you focus on something that's positive, I mean, obviously there are going to be obstacles. There are going to be things, if we can pull that through. Now there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that we don't foresee. But if we have the right attitude and our focus is in the right place,
yes,
we are one step closer. You know, you're a believer. I've been in the ministry for so many years. I've really seen people face things that often I hear people complain about their lives, and I think to myself, if they really knew what other people are going through, they would just go on with their day, pick up their heads, stay hopeful, and keep going. Because
yes,
there's so many things that go at people, and often we don't focus on that gratitude. We don't flow in that frequency, and then we forget about all the things that we have to be grateful for, all the
absolutely.
blessings that are poured into our lives. And I've mentioned that the heart wants what the heart wants, and God saw your heart. He knew what you wanted. And because you are so giving and so kind and so faithful as well to the people that you work with, He blessed you with your heart's desire. And that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. What's your take on that? How do you feel about that?
I just believe that yes, he does. He knows our hearts, and our heart's desires are there, as a part of our vision. And I just know that whatever it is, no matter the trials or tribulations, that first trouble doesn't last always. And if you
Mm,
stay grateful and thankful and you think about the blessings that you have, in your life, right? Like your family or a home, I tell people to go outside and look for treasures because there's always something planted there just for you. And it seems so small, but it really is big. It takes your mind off of the trouble. It takes your mind, it could be something as simple as a bird, right?
mm,
Like, wow, just sitting there. No one else can see the bird, but you can. right? Be grateful that you can see. Be grateful that you're outside. There's so many people that are not. And I think we kind of forget those things when we start to complain.
Mm.
I know there's a song called I Won't Complain. And
Mm.
when we think about it, I think it becomes natural sometimes to just complain,
Yeah, it's the
not
easiest thing to
remembering
do.
exactly. And just saying I'm thankful and I'm grateful will take you somewhere else, or taking your focus and thinking, focusing on, just life itself, breath in your body, right?
Mm.
Like just being grateful for that should be enough to make you smile,
Mm.
that I have breath in
It's
my
the
body.
truth.
I try not to live my life by days. I try to live them by seconds. And I say that every second
Mm.
counts, every
Mm.
one of them. So for every second that I get to take a breath, I'm grateful and I'm thankful
Yeah.
because someone else didn't get that opportunity.
Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
every day is a gift.
it
And
is.
sitting here with you and hearing you share, that's a gift to me, to the audience, to the world, to hear your heart, your vision, the things that you've been through. You're still here. I mean, you in the army, sis. There's a lot of things that you've seen in your life, but you held on to the good.
Yes.
What was the most blessed event that you went through in the army? Something that you think about that you think, wow, that was just an incredible day.
My best friend, like, I still can't believe 35 years later, we're still best friends. Never to argue, never to fight. Have raised, children, and we still get together for vacations and we still talk on the phone every day. Thank God for cell phone plans now. Um, but so just the camaraderie of the people that I actually met, the
Mm,
veterans, that the lessons that I learned to bring me to today, to still want
mm,
to be with my brothers and sisters, my veterans, right? Um, and just, I don't know, just love, right?
yeah.
I just feel like my military actually brought me to where I am today. And now I
Mm.
have a niece that's in the military and
Oh,
my youngest daughter. And, so I know something good came out of it because I can see them in it, right? Like,
you
so
see it
it couldn't
there.
have been a bad thing because they made those same choices. And life is about choices.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I always say the choices you make is the life that you live.
I love it.
The choices you make is the life that you live.
Yes,
And looking back, I see that in my own life. I got myself into some difficult situations because of my choices. I had no one else to blame. I also made good choices and got myself into better places, but that's what you said.
that's right. And I
Life
think
is
everyone.
unscripted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life is unscripted and everyone has gone through something. And that's the part. We have to go
Mm.
through it. We can't stay there, right? We just go through. We've learned something. We've, I heard someone say you can take a mess and turn it into a message,
I love
right?
that when they
And
say
I
that. I
thought,
love
wow, that's great, right? Like, because you're going to make mistakes.
that. Oh, we
It's
all
the
do.
whole thing is what have I learned from the mistake that I've
Mm.
made?
Mm.
And will I do better and be better?
Mm.
Choices. Yes.
Choices. Always. And you made a choice to have your best friend in 1985. I believe I was 5 years old at the time.
Oh, wait, am I telling my age? Oh,
How old are you, Kim?
oh, I am
How young are you?
60. I am 60 years old.
You're still young, Kim. You still have so much to do.
I love
Life only
60.
starts now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud of my age. Um,
Beautiful.
and all the things that I've learned and all the people that I have met and continue to meet and everything that I continue to learn because learning doesn't stop. And
Mm.
every day I learn from my children, I learn from my husband, I learn from my friends, and And I, I just learned. I just continue to learn. And I thank you for this opportunity to come and
You.
start my new season. And I appreciate you. And I was just amazed to see all the things that you do: an MC, a pastor, a singer, a songwriter, a counselor. I was amazed. I've been talking about you since I met you, but
Really?
yes, yes, yes. You know, I've had people say, "Who's the lady on your Facebook page?" I'm like, "That's Juanita Kapp, and this is what Juanita does." You know, so it's been a
That
pleasure
was your
meeting
first
you.
Facebook post. Woo, it was really special.
Yes, it truly was. It truly was.
Yeah.
So
Tell me,
thank
Kim,
you.
you're married. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. On our road, and you will know this because you've been there, you've done that. We meet people,
Yes,
and then we meet people.
yes.
And I have to say, someone once gave me a compliment, and I want to give that compliment, that same compliment to you today. Someone once shook my hand. It was a pastor in the ministry, and he shook my hand and he held my hand tight. And I thought, oh, is he going to give me a word? And he said, you know, Juanita, I just want to say something. He said, I have a church with 1,000 members. He says, and every Sunday for 2 services, I shake hundreds of people's of hands because their tradition is when you walk out of the church, you shake the pastor's hand. And this was in 2018. And he said to me, I just want to say something. You know, I've shook the hands of many people before. He said, but I'm shaking your hand and I want to tell you that you are going to be someone that I'll always remember. And I thought, you know, he's traveled the world. He's met so many people, he's worked with so many people. I want to say that to you, Kim. You know, I've met a lot of people. I've been to a lot of functions. I've hugged many people. I'm a hugger. I love to hug people. I put hearts on everything. I love people. I'm very affectionate and warm. But you are one of the people I will always remember. And I want you to own that because you are pure and you are genuine and you are really special. So really from my heart to yours, I will always remember our first meeting, and you've made that impression in my spirit now.
Well, thank you, Juanita. That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
It's a
Means
pleasure.
a
It's a
lot.
pleasure. Tell me about your family, Kim. You've got a husband and children. Tell us about your family structure and how has that been? And
Okay, so I've been married for 30 years. I have, I'm sorry, 6 daughters, 2 biological, 1 bonus, and 3 inherited.
wow,
Yes,
love it.
yes. I am an advocate for children. I love children. I have many more. I have godchildren, lots of godchildren.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, my family is big. You're in my family. You know, everybody's
Ah,
my family. As Daniela would say,
yeah,
everybody is her family. Right? She was at the Christmas party and she was like,
yeah,
I said, yes, your family. She goes, everybody is your family. And I said, you're absolutely correct. If
yeah.
I know you, you're my
Your
family.
family.
Right? Yes. If you have a
Yeah.
good heart, if you're just family, I love family.
Yeah, yeah. That's people make our lives worthwhile. The things that we do puts us in contact with people,
Yes.
and it's not always the acts that we perform or the things that we do. Like if we um going somewhere to do something, it's not about that building or that function or that project, or it's not even about us. It's about the people that we meet. And here at the Meticulous Moments podcast, we facilitate community upliftment through leadership development. It's not about me. It's
That's
about
right.
the guest. It's about you
Yes.
tonight. Because
Yes.
here we are putting your story out there to the audience, and you are bringing upliftment. Someone is in the audience and they hear what you're saying, they're feeling that love of God in your heart and in your spirit, and it touches them, and they go out tomorrow and maybe they're a little bit kinder. And maybe they're kind to someone that needs that kindness on that specific day. And that's really how we pay it forward. It's the little things that matter. Giving attention, speaking to people, being treating people with dignity, being kind and considerate. I see in the world out there, not everybody treats everyone with dignity. It's a
Right.
thing. I see it on social media. I see it in the corporate circles that I work. I see it here in my town. I see it amongst the youngsters. And we really have to, through that love and acceptance, and you are just, a magnet for that. We should really encourage people to treat other people with dignity
Yes.
because everybody is created to be treated with dignity. How do you feel about that? It's just something that I recognized in the last few weeks, like sometimes people don't see it that way. And if people can't do anything for them, or if they're just rude, or we should never be like that. If you don't want to, get involved in something or do something with someone, just say politely, I'm kind of busy at the time. But treat people with dignity wherever you go. Whether it's the cleaner in the shop, whether it's the CEO of a company, whether it's the president. I've rubbed shoulders with famous people, but I've also sat with people that have nothing and they're all
Yes.
special. They
Hmm.
all have dignity. Well, how do you feel about that?
I always think of the person that's not nice, as we never know what people are going through.
Yeah.
So I always allow that space for people, um, because I don't know your story, right? I know people always say, "Oh, I know them." Everyone has a story, and at a particular time, someone could be somewhere else in life, and we don't know. So I always give people the benefit of the doubt, um, because I don't know what they're going through. I do believe in being, nice to people. Like I said, I call everyone family. Even like I have celebrating family events where everyone just comes together and just does stuff, just to show love to one another. Because again, we don't know where someone is hurting and where someone else can fill a void in someone else's life. We played, and I think you were there for the one year we played, Find Someone Who, and you had to go, it's a game, and you find someone who on this bingo card, right? And what it does is it gets people talking to one
Mm.
another, because there are people who are hurting. There are people who want to talk to other people, but for whatever reason, they're afraid, they're fearful, they're, not sure of something, so I always like to give, people the benefit of the doubt. So even if you're rude, even if you're mean, um, I still remain kind.
I'm the same.
And if by some chance someone thinks that I'm not being nice, I always
Yeah.
go back and apologize. It doesn't matter if I feel as though I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything, but if you had that feeling, I'm able to say my apologies and move on,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the makings of integrity. That's authentic leadership. Because I tell you, I'm the same.
Hmm.
I can be standing next to someone who's extremely rude,
Hmm.
and I'll still be friendly, and I'll still love and accept them, and I'll still answer their texts, or. And if people think, because I don't know, my children say I have this look. If you don't know me, then I have this stern look. Maybe I'm just in the thought. They call it the Juanita look. And the other day, I met with my web designer. He's actually here in the office. We're going to do some designing still this evening. And he said to me, Juanita, he said, you look very cross and dangerous when you're driving. If you don't know, if people don't know you, they're kind of scared of you. And I was like, I must be in thought because he says, no,
That's
but the moment I met you, I was like, no, she's fine.
that's focusing. Like you're focusing. Like here, I'm
Yeah,
driving, right? Seeing you at the event, I mean, you were just all smiles. So no, I
yeah,
don't know
that's
that
right.
face, but I haven't seen you drive either. But that you can tell people that's just me focusing. I'm
Yeah,
focusing on the road. I can't go to the right or to the left. I'm just focusing.
I'm focusing. I'm gonna make a post. Don't worry, I'm friendly. I'm just focusing. Oh no! But thank you for sharing
Wonderful.
that. That's true.
Yeah.
I also give people the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate you saying that. I think that's something we should apply to everyone that we meet, because it's so true what you're saying. We don't know what that person goes through behind the scenes. We
Exactly.
don't know what their family structure is like. We don't know if they're battling depression or anxiety or post traumatic stress disorder. Give people the benefit of the doubt
Yes.
and love them.
Yeah.
Just love them. It's the
That's it.
easiest thing in the world to do. It's so
It-
easy to love people, because you know how it becomes easy for me. I don't know how it's like for you, what it's like for you. I am easy to forgive people, and I'm easy to give them a benefit of the doubt, because I realize I'm not perfect and
Absolutely.
I'll never be perfect, and I make mistakes. So why don't I give room for other people to make mistakes? Now, I'm not talking on long term.
Right.
I'm not talking on people doing the same thing on purpose every single time. That's nonsense. That's wrong.
That's
If you
correct.
take that, you are letting someone emotionally and mentally abuse you. I'm
Right.
talking about something, if someone acts out of character
Hmm.
and you can really see they're going through something, leave them be, love them, and let that thing, whatever they're going through, just pass by, and they'll come out stronger for it. What's your opinion on that?
Um, I believe that. I believe that, when people are even people who do it over and over and over again, I think that
Mm,
once you realize what a person is doing, then it's easy
mm,
to separate yourself. But
mm.
it's not
That
something
pattern.
easy to do in the beginning because you
Yeah,
may be that person for whatever reason.
yeah.
Maybe you've gone through some similar things and you're attracted to that type of
Mm,
person. It may take you a long time to get out of
mm.
that type of relationship, whether it be a friendship, a marriage, or whatever it is. It's not easy. I hear people all the time, oh, well, I would have left them a long time ago. And you
Mm,
don't know what you would do. And as
mm.
my pastor says, you can say that because your mouth is in a cool place, right? So we can say one thing because we're not in that situation. Um, but when people are rude and things like that, you can
Mm.
still be kind,
Yeah,
and you don't have to stay in their presence, right? You can be kind
no.
and leave, right? You can
Yes,
be
you can
kind.
love them from a distance.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. You can love people from a distance. And when they are ready, not when you're ready, when they
Yes.
are ready, they will reach out. So it's
Mm,
best not to just keep bothering them and bothering them. It can make things worse. You
mm.
allow them the space that they need. And then
Yeah.
if they want to come back to you, you can open your space to them
Mm,
with
mm,
boundaries. It's all about boundaries.
mm.
Boundaries.
Boundaries are very important. That's something I had trouble with in the beginning. I think I'm still growing in that, because I used to just want to help everybody all the time.
Mhm.
And, I had no boundaries. There was 100% access. I just jumped in the car and helped here. And doesn't matter what time of night it was. But I had to learn about boundaries, as I'm sure that you have.
Still
We
learning.
love giving, but we're still learning
Yes.
how to set up healthy boundaries. That is a journey in itself.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So I want to ask you, Kim, what are you grateful for today? Is there something that you want to share with the audience? Maybe it strikes a chord. I'm sure it will with someone listening. What are
I
you
am
grateful
again just grateful for family, for friends, for breath in my
for?
body, for being in my right mind. You know,
Oh, yeah.
just grateful for another opportunity
Yeah.
um, to be on this earth, right? Like I
Yeah.
said, seconds count to me
Mm.
because life is unscripted, and I want the best. I want
Yeah.
heaven on earth right now. I want to feel the best
Mhm.
that I can possibly be, and I want other people to feel this way. Um,
Mm.
so I'm just grateful for life, family, friends, an opportunity to be better and do better.
Yeah. Love that. Absolutely love that. And our time, we've been talking for almost an hour.
Oh wow.
And now we had a 911 in the middle of our session as well. But I mean, an hour has flown, has flown by. I've never had so much trouble clicking the mute button, let me tell you.
It's okay. Life is unscripted.
You handled it so well. You're a pro, Kim. Stop hiding. You're good at podcasting. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and if for those in the audience who don't know what I'm talking about, I took a sip of my water and the water went down the wrong hole and I started coughing. And as I'm coughing, I'm trying to navigate the mouse to the mute button, but it clicks everything but the mute button. So I want to say thank you to the Apple Go products. I'm going to do a live about this
Nice.
probably later today or tomorrow, because these are the lozenges that helped me through that coughing bout. And it's an amazing product, and it's really soothed my throat. Now, it's not for your throat. It's not meant for your throat. It's meant for other health benefits, but that's what pulled me through. Thank you, Kim, so much for joining. I really appreciate you. You are a light in this world. You're the salt of the earth. I'm going to always connote that and attach that verse to your life and to your name, because that is who you are. You're truly a representation of that. And we really just loved having you here on the show and spending this beautiful time with you.
Thank you, Juanita, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. I want to ask you one last question before we end. Do you have any words of wisdom for the audience? One last.
Live life on purpose and with purpose.
Oh, I love that. You hear that, audience? Live life with purpose and on purpose. That's something very, very powerful and very interesting. And we thank you, Meticulous Moments audience, for joining us this evening. We had goosebumps. We made it through. And here we are. We lasted. So thank you for joining us on this session. And we look forward to connecting and networking with Kim Finley, and also cheering her on a wonderful leadership journey. Thank you so much, Kim. We'll see you on the other side. For the audience, stick around and see the last few videos from our sponsors. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar. And I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're the #1 fastest growing community and tribe of some of the highest level entrepreneurs all around the country and around the world. We're in 36 states across the U.S., in 11 international countries, and over 240 plus members, growing every single day. And I'm honored, excited, and I'm glad to say that I'm proud to be the official sponsor of the Meticulous Moments podcast with Juanita Kapp. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm excited for this journey.
Hey everybody, my name is Patrick Rude. I'm the owner of Rude Financial Services, a proud sponsor of the Meticulous Moments podcast, hosted and directed by the beautiful, strong, and intelligent Juanita Kapp. I cannot tell you enough about what this woman has done with this podcast and the effect that she has had on me and all of the other sponsors and people that listen. Don't miss it.